Hello stamping friends, this is Sharon Armstrong. Welcome to another video on the November Christmas card class. As you know from previous videos, when you get your kit, you get a piece of ribbon and some red dazzling details. You get your cardstock pieces that you use to cut out your wreaths, and then all of your card kits they all come packaged in these envelopes. I want to show you how to stamp the wreath I'm going to use Mossy Meadow on this wreath, but to do these cards. Now these cards, I have to tell you about these cards. I got these cards at my Founder Circle trip. So these were made by other demonstrators, but I loved the difference in them. The other cards that are in your kit is this one and this one. Okay, so I'll be showing you how to make that one. The sixth card was the one that we did in video 1, so that's this one. So when you're putting together this one, it's the same concept, except here we just embossed part of the leaves. On this one, you're just going to emboss the entire wreath, the big wreath itself, and then you're just going to assemble. I will not be doing a video on that one. I think since I did this one that you can see the difference. You do have a piece of the red glimmer paper in your card kit, so that's what you'll use with the bow. So when you're doing the green wreaths like these, this was how I showed you on the first video, how you go ahead and cut out the center first, stamp, then cut out the outer edge. So I want to use, and I'm just going to use just the solid wreath is what I call it. There are two. One is just the lighter leaves. If you want to use, let's go ahead and talk about that. On this card, there's actually, it looks like 2 tones of leaves, okay? You can do the lighter leaves when you're doing the bigger stamp, you can use a lighter ink and then a darker ink for these leaves, and that's how you'll get this 2-tone effect. But for this video, I'm just going to show you, we're just going to do one color, and I'm using Mossy Meadow. If you want to use Mossy Meadow, let me just show you what it looks like. If you wanted a 2-tone wreath, let's just go ahead and do it. I'm going to go ahead and do Mossy Meadow, and then I'm just going to stamp it on a piece of scratch paper first. And I know that you can't see my mouth, but I'm actually going to exhale on this stamp. I'm not blowing with my mouth, I'm exhaling. So then I want to just line this up. So now I have a lighter version of my wreath, and then I will take the second set of leaves, ink those up in the same ink color, so in Mossy Meadow. I'm not going to stamp off, I'm just going to go ahead and stamp. So that's how you get 2 tones of leaves, okay? I was off just a bit because I didn't want to get in front of the camera and go straight down. So just follow your tab that I told you about earlier, and then just line it up and stamp straight down and lift straight up, okay? So then you will assemble your cards. You'll cut that out, and then you're going to assemble your cards. On this one, this is what that extra piece of ribbon was for in your kit. And so you're just going to take it, wrap it around, and you can stop it here, open up the card, come back up. If I cut your ribbon too long, you can just cut it, and then you're just going to line the wreath up over that seam so that you can't see it, okay? And then you also have some foil in your kit to make your wreath. The dazzling details that I gave everybody this month as a gift for being in the class, you can use for your berries. Now, you can use those on all of the cards for the berries, or you could stamp with a red ink and stamp your berries. but I loved the dimensional part of that. And I felt like this month's kit was a little bit pricier, so I decided to give you a gift of your own dimension, of your own dazzling details. So you'll just dab those where you want, set the card aside, and let it dry. All right. So let's talk about this card. And I want to get out the pieces for that one. And I should have had that one ready. Oh, you do get, another thing is too, one of the cards you'll get a quarter sheet of Very Vanilla to stamp your wreath, and that is for this card. So you'll stamp your wreath on the Very Vanilla, not on the Whisper White. You'll get all your pieces out, and you'll notice there's quite a few pieces with this. You can take your hardwood background stamp that we have used in the past and ink up this piece right here. Then you're going to just layer it. I'm just going to assemble this real quick. I really want you to see how this card works, the mechanism of it. And if you don't have the background stamp, then this is what yours will look like, okay? If you have the background stamp, it'll go here. You'll take the cherry cobbler layer, and you're just going to stop right there. If you'll notice, this piece that's in your kit has already been scored for you. I didn't want you to mess up and then not have a piece. I'm going to attach my adhesive right there. And I love that silicone mat because then I don't get adhesive everywhere else. Then I want to take, and I'm going to line this up right here. Okay. Now I've got adhesive here, adhesive here. Make sure that's lined up. And that's how you do that, okay? Now the other piece that's in your kit is this little strip. You will want to use dimensionals. Stamp on it first. You're going to use dimensionals. I'm going to put this here. You will attach. Just put adhesive right here on this little 2-inch piece. Flip that over so that it looks right. I was like, why does that not look right? And I'm just going to do this. And there you have it. See how it does? It's like a little easel card. So let me show you the finished one. Oh, you'll cut out your wreath and attach it. All right, I hope you enjoyed this series. Have a happy, happy Christmas. And I will see you next month's videos. Thank you.